I want you to thrive. I want you to grow. I want you to have an abundance of herbs. With these few tips and tricks, you can grow these herbs forever. Just keep taking your cuttings and propagating. So you ready to jump in to Tips and Tricks Tuesdays? So, Tips and Tricks Tuesdays. Hey, Tips and Tricks Tuesdays. And Tips and Tricks Tuesdays. Hey, tips. Ow. Alright, so I'm gonna jump in. Welcome back to Tips and Tricks Tuesdays with Smart Girl Gardening. Today, I'm going to take you through how to prune and propagate 6 herbs. Yes, 6 herbs. So we'll do mint, rosemary, white sage, lavender, basil, and thyme. Yes, because you know we all love that thyme and we ain't got no time to waste. Pun intended. Yes, that was corny, I know. But anyway, I'm gonna jump in. Ready? Yeah. Right now we will be doing our mint. Oh, stop. And this is actually peppermint. The number one reason why I prune it is to promote new growth, to get a bushier plant. So let's jump right into how we prune the mint. And this goes for most, if not all, mint plants. We can look along the stalk and we have some leaf nodes. So what we call leaf nodes are, 1, 2, 3, these are leaf nodes. You can prune your plant above or below one of these nodes. What you can do, or what I do, is you look for any new shoots that are coming out. So if you can see this, so if you see this one, these new shoots, they are fully ready to go. So I can cut this here, I can cut it there, I can even cut it anywhere. That rhymes. However, because I will be also propagating this, I want to give myself at least 4 nodes. Sorry for the dirt on my fingers. At least 4 nodes from the top, right? So let's see, let's count. So with this count, it says 1, 2, 3, and 4. I will cut this. I can cut it right below this node, but I think I'm going to do it closer to this one. And if you can see, so these are new shoots. So when I cut it here, these will become new branches of mint. When you're propagating, at least count 4 of these nodes. So 1, 2, 3, and the top. And I will go close to the base. So at this 45-degree angle, cut. And here we have our mint that's been pruned. Now, for the purpose of getting it to push out new shoots, I'm going to cut a few more. So if you see this one here, it actually has some new shoots coming off there. So I will just snip right there. And that's perfect. And you can also look for any dead or dying. So this one, as you can see, is struggling. Snip. And it already has its new shoots. So this one is actually, I'm not sure if you can see, it's broken right here. It's okay, but I think I'm going to take that off as well. And this is already thriving. You can see that it's pushing out, dirt in my nails. It's already pushing out new shoots on the sides. So if this were in touching the soil, it would push out new roots where these nodes are. So where these are. And that's it for how you prune your mint. So let's go back over it. Search along your plant. Wherever you see the shoot, you can cut just above it at a 45-degree angle. So to propagate these, it's best to find a fresh piece, a long enough piece. So I could use this, right? However, if you can see the leaves, it is a bit diseased. So you want a healthy leaf system that will give you the best results. I won't use this one. I can use these actually. So let me just go and break these ones off. So we have this one, it's healthy, well, relatively healthy, and we can see here, and it's already cut at the 45-degree angle. So what you can do is simply just, you can either break off the leaves and save them to use, or you can simply cut, right? And I will also take these ones off because you really only need the top leaves. I could just stick this into the soil and keep it moist and it will propagate that way, right? Or you can do it in water. Just stick it into the water, and in a few days or so it will start pushing out its roots. So that's how you prune and propagate mint. Okay, next up on the chopping block we have rosemary. They need some pruning to help promote a little bit of a bushier growth and to extend the lifespan of it, because when it gets too woody, so if you can see, this one is extremely woody, so it means it has lots of brown stems. In comparison to this, you can see the fresh new growth there, right? For this plant, I will not be pruning it as yet because it needs to be repotted, and I prefer to repot it and then prune it when it's in its new pot, because then that will promote new growth as well as pushing out healthier roots. But I will still be using it to show you how to prune. You can look along the stem, so it doesn't have a lot of the new growth, so it barely has the new growth because, as I said, it's root bound. However, you can see all of these clusters, so I'm not sure if you can see. So this is a new shoot coming out that wants to come out, right? But it doesn't have the root capacity to do it. So I could cut it at this point. Why? Because you can see here, let me see if I can get closer. So if you cut it down here, it's very straggly. You don't have a lot of new growth or any new shoots coming out, right? So it will stunt the growth of your plant. So I can even cut it at this point, because these two right here, they will be new shoots that will come out. So what you want to do is look for the new shoots, and then I can cut it along this bridge right there. To propagate, we need the fresh growth, the tender stems. These are best for cooking as well. So maybe this one right here, I can prune it just to there, because along the stem you can see all of these baby shoots that want to come out. So I will just take it right there. Okay, and this one as well. So you can see just along here, these are new shoots. So I will take it right about here. I can take it here or even right here is fine, but I think I will go there. And that's it. That is how you prune your rosemary. We don't want the woody stem, so this is too woody. So look, I can just snip this off there, and then we will remove these leaves, and we only really need the top, maybe the top two. Next on the chopping block is my white sage. Now you can see that it's a little bit scanty. She is a little naked, and I want to promote more growth, a bushier growth. You can see that it's actually pushing out new growth at the base of these long stems. So if I want, I can cut them all the way back, but I don't. So even if this little one right here, okay, I can cut this plant right here, just above it, and it will send out that new branch there. The same thing goes for this one. You can see this is a new growth coming up. Really? So I guess she volunteered herself to be trimmed. So for this one, I'm going to take this, I'm not sure if you can see it, snap, because it has that new shoot coming out, and then I will propagate this one because it has so many nodes here. These will either push out roots or new shoots. That's how you prune sage. And if you know a better way of pruning white sage, you don't have to actually prune white sage because out in nature it's very voluptuous. It does its thing. But if you know a better way to do it, comment below. So comment below and let me know your method for pruning your sage or your herbs. And just remember to cut it at a 45-degree angle and check to ensure that it's healthy, it's not dry, it's not dying. And shoop, into the water. Okay, next up for our pruning and propagating is lavender. So this is English lavender, and don't judge me. Alright, so today we're gonna clean it up so that we can get it to push out some fresh leaves. When you're pruning lavender and Mediterranean herbs like rosemary, etc., you want to try not to cut down to the woody section, right? So this is what we call woody. Now this one, we could actually prune it right at this part, because if you can see, it has new shoots coming out there. So when I'm cutting it back, I will look along the line, and if I see that it's pushing out new growth down there, I will trim it back. But generally when you're pruning, you want to stick to the fresh growth up top. So if you look along the branch, so this is the main stem, along here, you can see 1, 2, 3, these are all new shoots. So if I would like, I can simply cut it at a 45-degree angle, snip. This will push out fresh shoots. So this is fully woody. If I cut it down here, it's highly unlikely that I will get new growth. However, if you can see these little babies right here, they are new shoots. So I can cut that, and this is the old dying, and I can also go in here and cut. Same thing goes for here because it has the babies coming up. Now because we're going to also propagate, try to get the newest growth, right? So here, so this is the newest growth. It's already pushing out shoots there. So if I clip it, you can see where it stops. So you have the woody, and here, this is a good one to propagate because it's all fresh, it's all new growth, and it's all very tender part. So this I will propagate. So when you're propagating, it's best to get to the top section of the plant, and that's how you prune lavender. Okay, or lavender. So to propagate lavender, again, we will remove the leaves at the bottom. So most of the leaves, let's just snap, and into the water it goes. I want to get more out of my basil without having to remove it from this, so I will prune and propagate it. So pruning your basil will make the plant bushier, and you can also propagate it and get more basil from it, and everybody loves basil, right? So the first thing is, again, we can look for the nodes. So I don't know if you can see, I had already pruned this before. So when you're growing the basil, you may have one stalk. Yeah, it struggled, so it got a little some pests. I can just take these off actually, so you can see more clearly. So this stem right here was a single one like this, and what I did was I snipped the head off, and it pushed out 2 shoots to the side to create this. The shoots that you're seeing are like these 2, 1, 2. Okay, so if I cut the top off, it will send out branches right there. And because I want to grow more basil, I'm going to take it a little closer, and because it has these 2 shoots, I will, at a 45-degree angle, as close as I can to it, simply cut off. And you can use this, however today we're going to propagate. So now to propagate our basil, we will simply remove the base leaves. You can pinch them off or you can cut them off. So we only really need the top leaves, so even these leaves right here can go. And then we simply stick it in the water. Shoo, like that, like so. Okay, next on the chopping block, snip snip, is thyme. So I'm going to give them a haircut. We want to cut it back because you can see underneath how woody it's becoming, right? So the stem gets all brown and then it has that fresh new growth. To propagate, we want the fresh new growth. And if we cut it, so with thyme, just like the other Mediterranean herbs, if we cut it back below or where it's woody, it may struggle. And be careful not to cut off too much of the new growth. So we will just look for the fresh growth. So for this one, I can take it here, and it will promote healthier growth. And I'm just trying to get rid of some of the, the old and dying parts. Oh, this one is really getting. And don't worry, thyme can take it. Okay, so this is one where I can already show you. The propagation for this has already started, because you can see the main stem is here and it's pushing out new growth to the top. These are actually baby roots. So what I will do, I will simply I won't use water, I'll just simply stick this in soil, and I will have several new plants already coming up here. So wherever the thyme touches the dirt, it will push out new growth. And it's all from those nodes that I had mentioned before. Make sure that the leaves are facing upwards. So if you look under the bottom, it's lighter than the top of the leaves, they're darker green. And we can simply just remove, and voila, there you have it. I hope you found this video really helpful, and let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this video, if it was helpful for you, and if you have any other tips and tricks that you use to prune and propagate your herb. Thank you again for watching. Later.